What is up, you guys? Just got my fuel filter set up from Sinister Diesel, and I'm just going to kind of go over what we got in here. We got the adapter from them so that the cat filter will fit on to my internal, and we've got the filter. You can also pick these up at any Caterpillar store, or you can order them from Cat and whatnot. So you got that, and it comes with your spacer and your extra bolts, and I do believe the long bolts are for the LMLs and up. I'm not positive. I will check on that. And comes with your instruction pamphlet with everything and pictures and whatnot. Don't need that. And get a little sticker. So we're in the process of letting this thing cool down. I just got done driving it, so I'm gonna let it cool down so I don't burn the piss out of myself, and we'll get to installing this and let you guys see how it's done. So I'll catch y'all in a second. Alrighty, so you're gonna start out with taking off your breather. There's a hose clamp here and here, and I'm just gonna take off this midsection so that I don't have to pull the whole box and everything out. So get to working on this. And you can also get under and pull your fender well out, or your fender well cover out, and get up under there and tighten it that way. But I'm going to try and do it without doing it because I don't really feel like putting it back together. So, and it's a 5/16 socket or a nut runner, whichever you decide you want to use. Okay, so those are loosened up. Shit, pull right off. Cool. Now I'm gonna have to, I think they're 10mm sockets, and you'll just pull the two bolts off your fuel filter housing, and then you'll end up putting your spacer on, and I'll show you all that here in a second. Alrighty guys, so it was actually it's a 12mm wrench to use this, not a 10. So right now we got the bolts broke off the harness, so loosening them up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the spacer and the new bolts in, get that over with. Yeah, this thing's hot. Kind of a tight space, kind of hard to get to, so you kind of have to work with it a little bit. And I do recommend letting your truck cool off before you do this. Ow. Okay, well I'm going to go ahead and cut the video off, and the spacer goes right here. You put the new bolts in, and it should hang, and then you can get up under your fender well here, and you'll be able to tighten on your new adapter and your new fuel filter. So I'm going to get this off because it's kind of burning me right now, and I can't really do it that fast. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the video real quick and get back to you whenever I get the spacer on. Okay guys, so I went ahead and threaded the new bolts on. I think they just send you nicer ones, and the LMMs, they do not have to have the longer bolts, so you can just leave them in the package. And here's your spacer. It just sits right there, and you just cinch that up. And don't tighten it too tight. I don't think it needs to be tighter than hell, but you can just go ahead and get it nice and tight so it doesn't move and shake around or anything and fall off. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up and whatnot, and probably pull the fender well out because it looks like it's gonna be kind of tight to get up under there and whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up, and I'll get back to you whenever I get the fender well pulled off. Alrighty guys, took the fender well out and pulled this fuel filter. There's also a sensor right here. You can just leave it unplugged or whatever in case you ever want to go back to your stock fuel filter. But anyways, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this all together and then just have to screw this part on. I'll go ahead and put the filter on the adapter because it's a pain in the butt. It literally took us probably 30 minutes to get up under there just because of how tight everything is and the fender wells and everything. It's hard to work on. So anyways, gonna get, try to, I ain't working, need some fuel, but, let's see, there we go, okay, just a sec, I gotta get some fuel on my finger, so I can just put a little bit of fuel on the O-ring and whatnot, make sure your O-ring off your old one came out so that it's not stuck up in there, and then you have two. So you get that all lubed up and you get some more and whatnot. There you go. Okay. There's a little O-ring right here. Make sure you don't lose that. Okay. So you just simply screw this onto your adapter from Sinister and just get it hand tight enough to where it'll seal up everything. I'm getting it pretty snug just to, so I don't have any leaks or anything. And then you wind up, well actually I already put, you just lube this up, and then I'll show you what we're going to do here. So this is the mess we got going on here. And on the bolts that they give you for the spacers and whatnot, or for the spacer on the harness, it is actually a is a 14 millimeter or something. It was big. It was bigger than the one you used to take it off. So.
Oh yeah, it was a 13, wasn't it?
Yeah, it may have been a 13 is what it was. But yeah.
Don't get no dirt in that.
I know, right? Good idea to wash your truck before you do this, especially this part. Okay, let's see if I can get this up under there. Tell me if it's lined up there, I can't tell. I don't want to cross that.
Push the bottom that way. Push the bottom. Need some light.
Alrighty guys, well I got it screwed on up there. It's kind of a tight fit going under the fender well, but as you can see, I got it hooked up, and that fuel sensor for your fuel filter is right here. It just hangs right there. You can leave it or you can zip tie it up or whatever, but there it is. And now what you're gonna have to do in order to get fuel back in this thing is, see this little bleeder valve right here? You have to unscrew it and prime this until fuel shoots out the top here, and then whenever it gets full and it starts spitting it out, make sure you get all the bubbles out. Just keep pushing this, get all the bubbles out, and then whenever you push it down, screw this down tight so that whenever it's just pure fuel coming out, no air. So we'll get the wrench for this and get to priming it. Alrighty, so it is a 13 millimeter for this little bleeder valve. I'm sure it's different on different trucks, so. Okay. There that is. There's a little red O-ring on there too, so I'm just gonna go ahead and prime this thing. You can see it spitting out fuel, or I'm sure you can. I can't really tell right now, so.
You're there, and
Yep. You make sure you get all that air out, or your truck will run like crap. This will take some time because it is a really big filter down there. Ooh, there it is. It's good now. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is hold this down, hold down the primer, and screw this down to where fuel can still get out. See how it's still getting out right there? Just keep on priming it while you tighten this down. Just to make sure you get all the air out of there. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen it again just to be sure. Yep, it's pure fuel coming out. Okay. Cool. And you can give it a few extra, it gets tighter, so just make sure it's primed really good. Okay. And I'm gonna go grab a shop rag real quick. Kind of clean up your extra fuel that dumped everywhere. I've also got a pan down there below the truck to keep everything clean from getting fuel on the ground and everything. But yep, you just kind of clean up that little reservoir there. And I think that's about it. I think you're good to go. Snap the fender well back on and should be good to go. But alright guys, so we just got all this set up and whatnot, getting ready to put everything back together. You just go ahead and throw your breather back on, and you go ahead and snap your fender well cover back on and whatnot, and should be good to go. And just make sure you get all the fuel out of there and everything. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope it was helpful. Anybody who's doing this to their truck, this truck is, actually just bought this about a week and a half ago. It's bone stock, 111,000 miles, old grandpa truck, so plan on doing quite a bit to it. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the S&B turbo inlet intake. I'm going to go ahead and get it deleted and everything. And yeah, should be a pretty fun thing. If y'all want to see what else is going on with it and all my upgrades and whatnot, I'll just let me know in the comments and I can show you what's going on with the truck. Plan on maybe doing a flatbed and a ranch hand with it as well, so, and a leveling kit. So if y'all have any questions or comments about the sinister cat filter, just put it in the comments, and I hope y'all enjoy the video, and we'll catch you next time.